to another edition. Hey, welcome to another edition of Luthier's Lair. Rough week this week actually. In and out of work, but yesterday I did a number on my back, so I've been lying flat all day yesterday with a heating pad on my lower back, which I have a little bit of old man disease there. You know, the kind of degenerative disc problems there, and I get some cortisone shots and that does it for about 6 months to a year, and then it comes back a little bit. Just got to be careful what I'm doing, you know. And so today I'm not going to be doing anything really heavy work. In fact, I've got a nice it's called a boa belt on, and see, excuse the dad bod. See that? It's like some sort of somebody's fetish, doesn't it? But, not to worry. Today I thought we'd change gears a little bit, and I'm going to do a nice setup video, which is actually one of the services I also offer. Is when, you know, I make the bases and I set them up and I hand them over to the new owner, but I also, if people are in the neighbourhood, in the vicinity, I'm available for them to utilise to set up their bass. What is bass setup? What is that? I don't know. If you're new to the world of bass guitars or instruments in general, you know, they all need setting up to some degree. Basses are no exception to that. So we're going to be doing a little bass setup video, and I've chosen as my first setup my own Yamaha BB3000S active bass from circa 1981. It's the oldest bass I own. Nearly 40 years old now, so it's getting on like me. Maybe it's got a sore back or a pain in the neck or shit like that. So, oh, I said the bad word, sorry. So, let's get on. Let's first look at the basic tools of the trade for setup. Okay? Hey, so, hey Gerald, I hear you say there, what's that stuff you've got? Well, I'll show you, okay? Now, some of these tools are used, in fact all of these tools are used in setting up a bass guitar. What I will say though is that I don't have the usual, hey, here's a screwdriver, and you know, here's a chisel, and here's some calipers. Actually, I will do here some calipers, so wait a minute. Yeah, so I'll show you them in the abstract right now, meaning not next to a bass, so you can't get any relativity about it. You know, like, what's the use of that for? Would you? I'll just explain it, and then as I begin the setup process, everything will become clear as muck. I just hope I don't jigger anything like I jiggered my back. So, what do we have first? Well, here, these are digital vernier calipers. Yes, or as Mr. Mark Robertson would say, very near calipers. Actually, they're very near. Just got them calibrated, and they actually work a treat. So, inches and millimeters, although we're in the US, so we use, actually, believe it or not, imperial measurements. That's inches and stuff, which is great for me because guess what, I'm going to be doing a Yamaha bass and it's all metric, probably. Actually never did a full setup on my Yamaha, and I really should. I always just set it to what I like. By the way, this isn't really a how-to video. Setup of a bass is very subjective, but there are a few hard and fast rules. You know, like the neck must be straight with a very slight back bow to it to hold the string tension. That's a given, right? You don't want to play a banana. you know. So, or maybe you do. I don't know. Seems like a lot of work to me though. Okay, what have we got next here? We have these fellas. What are these? These are feeler gauges or thickness gauges. Bunch of little stainless steel strips that are kind of oily, been oiled, with different thicknesses, and I'll use them a lot when I'm setting up a bass to get string relief, neck relief, stuff like that. Okay, very important little tool. Now, this is one hell of a keychain, right? Well, they're not keys. They're actually called radius gauges. Each have been cut to a certain radius. Most bass guitar necks, not all, because I know some players that like flat radiuses, radii I should say. Mark King, for example, used to like, I don't know if he does now, but he used to like a real flat radius on his Fender Deluxe basses in the late 90s, early 2000s. I believe he had a flat radius on it. But most basses have a radius on the neck, and here you will see, if I can get this sorted for you, is a number on there. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. That says 20, which means it's a 20-inch radius. That's quite out there. Usually I deal with a lot of Fender style necks, which are actually 10. I've seen 16 10s and 9.5s in Fenders. I've rarely seen a 7.5. I know that a lot of the old late 1950s, early 1960s P basses had, I believe, a 7.25 radius neck. So usually it's this, the 16, yeah, and or the 10, yeah, and you just put that on the neck like so. Also, when you're adjusting string height, you want the strings to follow the contour of the neck. Okay, so you can use that to gauge it. Really handy little tools. And just to show you this one, a homemade neck rest. Self-explanatory, right? You're going to lay the bass down, you want the neck to have some relief from stress, so you tell it comforting stories and tell it how good a person it is, and it's comforting. Nah, just joking. This is, this holds the neck off the bench basically. And the last thing that's of importance is this this lovely measuring device here. It's a ruler, but has all sorts of markings on it, and the one you use the most is this side gauge here. You can see that. This is in 64ths of an inch, and I measure string height with that. So in conjunction with the radius gauge, I can measure string height from certain places on the neck. Okay, and I can also measure, of course, pickup relief from the strings. This is all vital. There is one more thing I'd like to show you, and it's my handy dandy straight edge, which is notched actually. Unfortunately, I don't have one that's notched to a short scale bass. This is for 34 and 35 inch scale bass guitars, this one. But it is a solid piece of stainless steel. It's really one of my favourite measuring sticks. Notched for frets, so you can just lay it on the fretboard and check everything's level. All the frets are in the right place, etc, etc. Love this thing, it's awesome. There you have it, the tools of the trade. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to usher in this bass guitar, and we'll get to work to it. It's an old bass, and I have been neglecting it for over a year now, I think, because of all the other stuff that's been going on, getting the Luthier business off the ground, stuff like that. Really hectic in my day job, all that sort of stuff. So, put a smile on your face. Damn, that was a stupid move. And we'll be back soon. Okay, here she is, the Yamaha BB3000S. This is, I think this is maybe one of the first basses the Yamaha made that were supplied with active pickups as standard. I might be wrong on that, I don't know. I think this one originates from 1981. You know, I bought this in a pawn shop in Delray Beach, Florida in 1994, I believe. So it was 13 years old at the time and didn't look much different than this. I haven't played this for a long time. It's been in storage and I've brought it out. There's no appreciable damage to it at all. I mean, it's still in really good playing condition, it looks to be. This is all original hardware, original pickups, original everything. I know there's probably a little electrical problem with the grounding in this. Also, I'm going to check the whole thing out, frets included. I just want to say something about the construction of this bass. This is, like I said, it's all original finish. Yellow, this was like the standard colour. The body is a solid alder body. And the neck is, I believe it's made of rock maple. It could be rock maple. Yeah, in fact, looking at the specs, it seems to be rock maple, and of course a rosewood fingerboard. And this is real Indian rosewood that they used on this. These basses are really much sought after nowadays, especially in its original condition with all the original hardware. As you can see, yeah, the bridge is all manky. It's momming, right? It's tarnished. This brass here's tarnished. I'm going to polish all this stuff up, polish all the knobs up. There is, I've never figured out what that was, and I didn't much care when I got it. Over the last 20 years, though, I've been getting right into the Luthier thing. I'm going to be investigating that. If I turn this around, you'll see that the pickup, the body cavity is very small, meaning that EMG had already come out with their pluggy in type thing for their pickups, with the pickups themselves owning or having the active circuitry in it. There's 3 missing screws on this and a big huge screw in here. Which is how I got it actually. I'm gonna probably remachine these and use threaded collets or threaded inserts for this to give it a really nice finish. I'm going to check the shielding, everything else. The neck is a C-type neck. It's either a glue in or a neck through, but I'm looking at the specs. And it says the body is solid ash, so I believe this is probably a glue in. And down the headstock end here, I'll just quickly show you this. We have a detuner, bop, got a low D, but as standard actually. That isn't even an add-on. There's the headstock there, BB3000S. I'm going to look for some distinctive markings on it to find out more about it. An old style string retainer right there on the headstock. I didn't even look for any serial numbers on this, but I'm going to have a quick gander at it. I put this back. As you can see, the truss rod access is at the body end and not the neck end, like more modern basses, like modern Fenders have the bullet truss rod, the end there. This looks like probably a 5mm Japanese style truss rod. Let me just get out the into your way and out of it again here. I know it's 5mm. It's bigger than the usual standard right now. So I'm going to have to find an Allen wrench that will fit that. Yeah, I probably have one kicking about. So we'll come back, get this all stripped down, and the first thing we'll do is we'll look at neck straightness and see how we're getting on with that. Okay, let's look at the neck. With the strings off, I want to take the strings off first to see if there's actually, if the neck's actually got a back bow in it, which you should have for a bass guitar. It's a very slight back bow to take the string tension. So this is a 34-inch scale bass. Use the 34-inch side. Yeah. Okay. This has a very slight forward bow on it. It's coming up slightly, and with the strings on it, it will be even more pronounced. So I got to adjust this neck. The truss rod needs to be tightened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slacken the truss rod first instead of tightening it, because I don't want to start by just tightening it. I want to make sure the thing actually works first. And the safe way, of course, excuse me, is to make sure I don't break anything. So yeah, it is a 5mm hex wrench, Allen key, what have you. Yeah, that fits. There we go. So I'm going to slacken it off. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. It moves real easy. Good for a almost 40-year-old bass. That should be more of a forward bow in it, and it did. Did something anyway. It looks like a forward bow. So we tighten. Back to its original. I am going to do a quarter turn. So I'm wanting to be about here. Actually no, I'm going to do an 1/8 turn about here. Which would be like 9:45 or something like that. So, oh, that's stiff. That's actually stiff as I tighten it. So, oh, that's nice. The neck is now straight, completely straight. That's awesome. Which means I can give this another Yankee crank, and hopefully I don't jigger the frickin' thing. Oh, that is tough though. That should put enough of a back bow in it. I gave it another like 8th to 16th turn, and I should get back bow in the neck now. And I do indeed have a see that rocking? I think that's going to be enough. Okay, so I'm going to let it rest a little bit, and let's have a look at the frets, shall we? Alright, somebody's been slapping the shit out of this. Wonder who that was. You can see there, dents of the strings there at the 21st fret. I think it's got 21st, 15, 17, 19, 21 frets. There's so that's a high E there on the G. You can see this frets are, that one's kind of low, but you know, that's, as they say, not where the money is in standard bass playing. So we come down here and we have a look at them. They're not in bad condition at all for 40-year bass, and these are original frets, I can tell. You know what? I think I might actually. This one's really bad though. I don't want to replace. If you replace one, you replace them all. I might attempt to try and flatten and re-crown that one. We'll see where we go from there. Okay. By the way, a Brucey bonus. The nut just came right out, which is a Luthier's dream actually. Nobody was a dummy enough to actually wood glue this onto the nut slot, which is awesome for the next guy. You know, the next guy comes in to maintain and needs to do some neck work. You want the nut coming off the bass nice and easy. This is it's a solid brass nut. It's heavily tarnished, so that's going to have to be cleaned up. Awesome. You know, I don't know if I have any brass cleaner. I'm pretty stolid with that. I don't know of any other methods to clean brass. I'm sure Google is your friend though. I'll look that crapola up and see what kind of shit I need to clean brass. Apart from brasso. Brasso. I don't even know if they call it brass. Yeah, they do call it brasso over here. I've been here, what? 26 years and I still don't know if they call it brasso or not. I just pick it up. I know that it's got that House of the Rising Sun blue goldy stripe crap on the bottle, and you just see it and you just pick it up, you know. Well folks, here's the original colour on the base. I'm going to kind of zoom in on that if I can and readjust the camera somewhat. There's the original colour. It has got a bit yellow, hasn't it? And that's probably, I don't know what they used back in 1981, whether they used a polyurethane or a lacquer finish over paint. But lacquer, of course, tends to get a bit yellow over age. So I'm going to go look up, see what I need to do to clean brass. Well, the old goggly box, googly woogly, told me, well, thatty watty, I can cleany weeny brassy wassy withy withy vinegary winegary and baking soda. I guess the baking soda is going to be some sort of abrasive, and the vinegar of course is acetic acid, which is a mild pH 3.5 type acid, pH 4 maybe, I don't know, can't remember from high school chemistry where I actually learned that, the pH value of it. I could look that up again if you want, if you want me to. Sake. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a paste up of baking soda and vinegar to do that, but not just yet. I'll continue taking this base apart and see what else is jiggered with it. Alright, well, there must be a bunch of like Godzilla poop underneath here because I unscrewed this pickup ring and it's not coming up. Oh wow. Did somebody glue this on? Oh man, I hope not. An X-Acto knife's not going to pull that out, it's going to snap. Oh, I see a little gap there. There's a little gap there. Oh, lovely work. And there too. And there and there. Like, has this been rerouted or something? These are original pickups, I can tell that. These are factory pickups. I don't know what the frick is going on here though. Yeah, I'll come back with the appropriate tool and we'll try and prise this off. Okay, the appropriate tool for this is a screwdriver. Yeah, I just got to make sure not to damage it. So let's gently go in here. Ah, there you go. There you go. Oh, the pickup's coming up with it. Oh man, that is a tight fit. This has been re-engineered. I didn't notice that. And there's a piece of damage piece underneath. There's a chunk out of the body there. Oh my god, what a mess. Yeah, that's Godzilla poop, right enough. Right there. Just get out this way, that's Godzilla poop. I can't see what I'm doing. There you go. Look at that. And look at the, there's like hacksaw blade marks in this. Right there. I'm going to try and take that out, but they are a bit too deep. That's like 2 or 3 thou deep. It's not a very good job, is it? This might have been remanufactured, I don't know. It looks the same age as everything else. I can't be sure. But anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of crud in there that needs to be cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and take off the rest of the hardware, see what else luscious goodness we can find in this cesspool of filth. Okay. Alright, I just loosened the bridge screws. I think they're loose enough to take off now. These screws have seen better days, and they're the standard This is a standard sort of like Fender bridge design. Let's see, but screwed up. Can't focus. Oh, can't focus. Oh, there you go. Kind of screwed up, but that's okay. Stick that in there. Let's lift this and see what dung we have under here. Oh, no dung, but no grounding wire. Oh, the grounding wire slipped down. Oh, fantastic. Means I need to screw around with the frickin' electronics on this thing, but that's fine. Fairly confident about that because I know what. Oh my god, man. Oh, there's no relief on it. You know what? I bet you these pickups are not spring loaded but are foam loaded. And oh god, look at that. And I bet you the foam has completely disintegrated. So that gets replaced. Look at that. That's awful. That's not really awful. This hole's damaged. I think it would be alright though. You know, if I find any real damaged holes, what I usually do is I sort of fill them with epoxy and then re-tap them, basically. Pun intended. I did notice as well that there is a screw missing from the jack plate. So, onwards and upwards. Let's take a look under these pickups first, shall we? Yeah, I was right. It's foam. It's actually foam in there. I don't know how deep these pickup cavities are. They should be 3/4 of an inch. Let me take this foam out. Oh my god. Oh, there's conductive paint shielding in there. I'm going to have to reshield these. That's a deep cavity. That's an inch, that cavity. It must be. Let's have a look. It's got to be an inch. 1.1 inches. That's very strange. Let me try again. Because that's an awesomely stupid dimension. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Let's bring it down there. Look. See that? 1.1 inch. Really? That's thrown me for a curve. And this is just, look, I mean, this is just stacks of old foam. Somebody has been in here. That's not factory. That's definitely not factory. The route is, though, well, I don't know about that either. The route looks really weird. There's like a stepping thing going on in here. Whoa, very strange. I've got to keep hold of these ENGs though. They're vintage. I really don't know what to do about that. I'm going to have to bring this up to 0.75 anyway. So I may be cutting a wood shim, gluing it in there and then using springs on the pickup. Some guys don't like to use springs because it puts unnecessary tension on the thread of the wood. But this is, man, I don't know what to think about this. I could put a strip in here. I'll shield it all out first, put a strip of wood in there, shield the strip of wood and glue it in, and then that'll bring the cavity up a bit, and then I don't know what the length of the strings. I'm going to have to work all that out. That's just the plain fact of it. And I'm going to hold on to this foam right now until I absolutely know for sure I don't need it. That's frickin' bizarre. A bunch of monkey bollocks, so it is. Okay. Well, it's the split P pickup out. Again, foam backing. When I opened it initially, I found this, and I don't know what it is. Looks like a burnt turd with hair stuck on it. I don't know what that is. But my fingers ain't touching that, so I'm going to get a pair of tweezers or pliers and pick that out of there. Hold on just now. Yeah. Disgusting. It's revolting. Right, let's get that out of there. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to look in the magnifier at that. It's Yeah, it's a burnt turd with hair on it. Looks like a burnt turd with hair on it. It's disgusting. It's going in the bucket. Pronto. Okay, once I've sterilised my pliers, I'll be back. Well, I got 2 knobs off. This one, I took grub screws out of both these ones because they wouldn't come off correctly. This one just won't come off. It won't come off. I don't want to force it because I don't want to break the pot. I hope some dipshit hasn't glued this on. That would really make my day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some CRC multi-purpose precision lubricant. It's plastic safe. It's also an electrical spray, just like Deoxyate, which is awesome as well. I use that too. And I have also a heavy duty cleaner here for electrical. But I'm going to let that run down rather than use WD-40 right now. Which I'm not sure what WD-40 does to electronics, especially potentiometers, because I've never tried it before. If anyone out there does know what it does to electronics, just drop it in the comments below and let me know, because I have no idea and I don't want to start experimenting on this. So I'm going to spray a little touch of that in the back hole here, just a little bit. Let that go in there and see what happens. I'm going to leave that to seep in, turn it upside down, leave that to seep in, and let's have a look at this back cavity, which will be a hell of a job getting in here since it's held with one entire screw, you know. Okay, this control cavity cover has aluminum or aluminium for you guys in the UK shielding on it, so keep that. That's cool, that's nice. These screws are completely, the screw holes are, I don't know, it might be insert time for this. There's the battery, and there's actually a wire nut in here. I'm not enamoured with that solution at all. There's a piece of shrink wrap on the ground line here. There is no sign at all of there ever being a bridge grounding wire in here. The soldering joints look to be factory. Small balls of solder on the pots, which probably tells me there was a. Oh, this is a dry joint. Oh dear. On that pot there's. Yeah. Okay, so I got volume tone here. So, and this is active, of course. It's the battery harness there, which looks to have been replaced, and somebody knew what they were doing because they put shrink wrap on it. Well done, fella or gal. But I do need to get these pots out because I need to reshield this cavity. It has conductive paint on it, but it's just flaking away. That's not good. I need to get in there and I need to take that paint off and get some copper shielding in there. Pronto. So I'm going to see if I can remove this pot. Okay, let's see if the lube has worked on this bad boy. There's a bunch of crud in here probably now. This is good because they have the pots have the knobs have come with a set of indicator plates, which will act as a strike plate if I get the screwdriver just under there. Oh, here it comes. And I just ease that up. It is lifting. Let's see if it. Oh my god, it's not even coming off. Twist this slightly. It's coming. It's coming. Oh my god, what is in here? Holy crapola. Right. Oh, I don't know if that jiggered that pot. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, I'll be checking the electronics actually now. Would be a good idea to do it. make sure that, oh, I think this pot is screwed, man. I hope not. Okay, rear pot volume is working. I can't even really tell if the tone is working, but definitely this front pot, something has happened to it. The front pickup, neck pickup pot is dead. DOA. Pull it up a bit. Nah, it's not working. This puppy needs to be replaced. So, what do we do here? Okay, I have plenty of potentiometers in stock. I should have anyway. What I'm going to do, let's switch this off. Alright, take the jack plug out, take the battery out. Now, what we can do here is we're going to take a photograph of this cavity. I'm going to release the pot and take a photograph of the wiring on it so I don't screw up, because it's specific, EMG specific wiring, and I don't want to be looking up spec sheets and crap like that I don't need to do. But this needs to come out. Damn, but I'm going to keep it in a baggie because it's an original part, even though it's broken. If ever I let this bass go on to another owner, or you know, it happens to come into somebody else's hands, it will have original parts with it. Even though it's broken, it's for posterity, or probably my posterior actually. I don't know how you look at that, but that's all going to have to come out and get rewired, everything. Oh well. So I got a nice photograph here of the pot. Just looking at this photograph, actually, it's a freaking messy soldering job. I do a much better job than that, and we'll get this pot replaced. Alright. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and snip it out of here. It's a 25k pot. Now that's kind of weird to me, as you can see there. Can you see that? It's 25k, man. 25k. 25k potentiometer. Right there. So, I'm not quite sure what to make of that. It's probably the design of the active pickups in there that requires a 25k pot. I'm used to seeing 250, 10 times that amount, 500s, but I need to go and look up the specs of the BB3000S electronics, if they indeed exist anymore. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to take some big shovel hands. Actually, I've got some very small hands. This is coming out too. Bye bye. Save as much wire length as I can, and if not, oh my god, man. I gotta be careful of this. Alright, one shielded, one goes to the middle. Okay, I'm gonna take a photograph of that, because I'm not confident about remembering that, especially as I'm getting older. Let's put it in a place where it's visible. Well folks, I think that's going to be all for today, because this is end up being a long video. The reason why, of course, I'm not doing my LED neck follow up this week is because I screwed my back up and I can't be bending up and down, doing clamping, this, that, the next thing, doing heavy stuff. I also got an early birthday gift for myself, and I'll be reviewing that at some point. Stay tuned, it should be awesome fun. But weird, 25k pot. I'm assuming it's a tone pot. I think it, yeah, it's definitely. There's 2 volume, 1 tone in this active circuit. 25k, what 25k? 25 kilo ohms. I don't know. And here's how broken it is. Like, oh. Even the bad times, the good times, oh yeah. It just goes round and round in the case. It's awesome fun. I didn't expect all this crapola when I started this project, but I guess it'll be interesting watching if I don't jigger it up. I probably will end up jiggering it. So, anyway, see you next time, and hopefully I'll have the part in. We can continue from there. I'm actually going to just remove all the parts and everything, get the cavities shielded. Before I do that, I'm going to give it the basic good clean though, because it's clarty, as they say in Scotland. You're clarty. You're a clarty bugger. So you are. So, see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, and by the way, what was I going to say? Yeah, look for me on Facebook. Gary Denyer Custom Pieces. I'm on Twitter, but I can't remember my handle for that. And I think I should get myself onto Instagram, or maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Is that just for people with big butts and stuff? I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Anyway, take care everyone. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.